actually happening. Over the weekend, I was asked to demonstrate remote scanning. And before that, you've been kind of just playing around with that, with that power. So consistently, I was able to scan whoever my partner was, her home, or childhood memory, childhood home, or something that was pretty much coming pretty accurate. I kind of felt confident, and I said, okay, I'm going to do the demo. And I did the demo, and everything, I was able to, not me, Sadashiva, was able to express through me so accurately. And I felt more and more confidence that, I'm really going to play with this power. And I started to do that intensely. What started to happen was, I started to feel extremely energetic, and I just didn't feel like sleeping. I haven't gone to bed in 4 days. I'm not kidding. I just don't feel like sleeping. If I have to if I feel tired, I just kind of like, I'm in the causing team. I just kind of fall off to sleep on the table, maybe an hour or so, or sometime in the Rajya Sabha, maybe for an hour. But other than that, I have not gone and slept on my bed. It's been 4 days. So it's called the Kutakesha. This is something I've been trying to really conquer ever since I came here, but I just couldn't do it. More and more I tried, I was failing miserably. I would sleep like 8-9 hours. So it just started to happen, and the best thing is that I don't feel tired, and it's like what Sahadeva was explaining. Exactly, I think I'm going into that state where I'm just so awake and alert. It's all because some of the powers that have started to manifest through me. Sadashiva has started to manifest his powers. And I just wanted to tell everyone there's nothing special about me. I'm just, just a normal human being who just loves H.H.Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami. So, everyone, just make sure you're here for Sadashivoham. You just won't know what you all are going to be doing. So that's all I wanted to share. Just pass the mic to Shakti.
Hey, Nithyanandam. My name is Nithyananda. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I'm 28 years old. Say my journey started in September. I was also invited for the Nithyananda Yogam, but I decided to also join the causing team in September. Anyways, fast forwarding to when we got to Garba. We had a session in Swamiji's courtyard where we were manifesting different powers with the Balasants, and I remembered sitting with the Balasant trying to do the third eye reading, and it was getting very frustrating. So I remember Swamiji said, if this happens, just move on to the next powers. So what happened was, we started doing the banyan tree leaf reading, and the Balasant started projecting different images, and for some reason I started seeing things, and I just couldn't believe my eyes. And it was like I was getting the answer correct, like left and right, and we were going for about maybe 10-15 rounds, and then we decided to move on to the mirror. And this time with the mirror, it became even like way more clear. Like it was like actually seeing the image in your eyes. And I remember the first image that the Balasant projected was Swamiji smiling with his beard, and I just looked at the mirror like, am I really seeing that? And I just said, all right, okay, it's Swamiji. And the Balasant said, okay, what is he doing? I said, all right, he has his beard and he's smiling, and he's like, yes, correct. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then the next one was like, he was showing Adi Shakti, Lord Ganesha in the front of the Adinam, then Lord Kalabhairava, and I don't know, it just, the power of manifestation was just so much fun with the Balasant. And the next thing, we moved on to different powers, which was like remote viewing and the body scan. And a part of me didn't feel like I could do it, but then a part of me was like, I'm just going to try this. I'm just going to say whatever comes to mind. Like Sahadeva said, just say whatever comes to mind. It was just a process of trust. And the way I could say translating that trust is being integrated to what Mahadeva or Sadashiva is showing you. So I just started blurting out whatever came to mind, and the answers were right. For example, I scanned one of the participants' bodies, which I never really done, and it felt like I closed my eyes, and it felt like I had the Terminator vision. Have you guys ever watched the Terminator, where like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he scans the body or his whole setting, and it's like a digital whatever, and I seen this like huge red mark in his heart, and basically I told him, all right, Swamiji, what are you trying to show me? And this thought popped up, and basically the thought was he drank too much alcohol with energy drink, and I told him that, and he said, yeah, you're right. I used to drink a lot of energy drink and with vodka, and it's like, now I told him the solution is just be here, or be like totally healed. The next up is I wanted to share about the Garba. It actually made the Garba has made causing so much more fun. I just go direct to the solution. For example, I think the first day we got this, we were playing around with this, and I was trying to call this person. He didn't pick up. So I just held my Garba. I was like, I'm just going to try this out. This is my first day. Might as well give this a try. And I said, all right, Garba, what should I do to make this guy pick up and be fully caused today? And the Garba was like, you need to get out your blanket and do 20 jumping jacks. So I got out of the blanket and I started doing 20 jumping jacks in front of everybody. And then I went back to my seat, and I called him, and I think like after 3 rings he picked up, and when he picked up I was shocked. Like, oh my God, he actually picked up. And then the conversation was just like, we were just talking, and I didn't really bring up Sadashivoham. And then he said, hey, I'm coming to Sadashivoham. I'm gonna book my plane ticket, and yeah, I'm gonna make the deposit. And I was like, wow, this thing really makes causing easy. So then I got really curious. So I wanted to give it a try for one of my businesses. I'm an affiliate marketer. I do a lot of marketing. So there's this company that I've been trying to get increased commissions for like the past 2 years, but he's never budged. So I just asked the Garba, hey, what should I do to make this guy increase my commissions by the end of this week? And the answer I got was, you need to be direct with him and ask him for the raise, which I did before. I was like, all right, whatever, let's try this again. So I asked him, and he said, 8% is the best I can do. And then I was like, oh, okay, what should I do now, Garba? And then the Garba was like, okay, you need to go find another company, tell them that the company is giving you a better offer, show them all the pictures, and give them the link. So I sent them the link, and the Garba told me exactly what's right. It said, look, this company is giving me a better offer. You either give me a better offer, the same offer, or I'm ready to move. So he took a look at the site, and he's trying to say, oh, but the other company is charging much more. And I told him, look, comparatively speaking, buying this product in store versus online, it's much cheaper. And it's not about the price. It's more like based on the commission. Either you can offer the same or better, or I'm ready to move. What are you going to do? So the next email he sent me, he said, all right, I'll agree. I'll give you what you're asking for. So I guess the difference for me was like, you literally don't have to think. You just have to ask the right question, and the Garba will just guide you. So that's all I wanted to share. If you're coming to Sadashivoham, you'll experience a lot of powers which will just raise your identity, your confidence, and it'll make life much more easier. Like, why do you have to think to use your mind when you could just use the Garba? And who knows what Swami is going to release. He's releasing 18 more spiritual tools. So I'd hate to imagine the people who's going to miss it, but what to do. So if you're coming, come. Thank you.
Nithyanandam. My name is Nithya Shaktirupananda. I'm from Houston, Texas. And today actually I want to share something. Actually I've attended multiple inner awakenings before this, and I've attended Kumbh Mela. And I've gotten the third eye initiation from Swamiji. And every time I get the initiation from Swamiji, I experience so much of bliss and completion. But when I do the third eye practice, for example, when I put the blindfold on, I'll start falling asleep, I'll start being irritated, I'll experience all these things. And because of that, I'll never be able to, sometimes I'll be able to read, and sometimes I'll not be able to read. But something very unique happened to me the moment I came here for Nithyananda Yogam. Swamiji, he gave the Jnananjana initiation, and right after that, I did my first, I did a few manifesting powers practices. And it was so weird because I remember I would just close my eyes, and just when I'm closing my eyes, I'll just describe the picture, for example. And I'll open my eyes, and in 30 seconds, all of it is right. And I'm wondering, wait, it's all right? And not just that, we had multiple manifesting powers exercises, and another one we did was with the banyan tree leaf, where basically what happens is the Balasant, the Gurukul kid, they project an image, and I'm supposed to tell what that image is. So, basically I'm supposed to see the image in the banyan tree leaf. And what I did first is I was looking at the banyan leaf, and I was looking and looking and looking, and I didn't see anything. And I was thinking, man, I'm not seeing anything. But I'm getting some thoughts, but I'm not seeing anything. And the Balasan just looked at me and was like, you already know the answer, why aren't you telling it? And I was like, okay. So actually the Balasan, she projected an ice cream with 3 flavors. So Ma Bhuvana, who she's next to me, she was telling me, okay, there's vanilla and mango. And I had coffee in my head, so I was like, okay, there's no way coffee can go with vanilla and mango. So I was just not telling anything. And she was like, you're too logical, why don't you just tell the answer? And I said coffee, and she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, that's so cool. And then again, she told me something else. And, of course, Ma Bhuvana said something. And I had something in my head, and she was like, okay, why aren't you just telling it? And I just said it, and it was right. And I was like, okay, this is weird. So again and again, I just kept getting it right. And the next thing, right after that, before we went for lunch, my friend, Krishna, he had a slab, and he projected an image on it. So he was like, hey, tell me what I have on it. So I was like, okay. So I looked at it, and I said, hey, okay, I see a note, there's a notebook on it. And he was like, yes. And I said, okay, it's on a table. And he was like, yes. And there's a pen, and it's blue ink, and it's a red pen. And he was like, yes. And there's a cup, and he was like, yes. And there's a black chair, and he was like, yes. And I was like, wow. So it's like, it just, for me, I'm not seeing it, but everything, I just get it, and I just say it. And it's not like 1 or 2 times I get it wrong and I get it right the third time. It's like all of it is right. And just yesterday, actually, I did one thing with Ma Aparna. See, I actually went to Houston for a few days, and these guys over here last week, they had a manifesting power session for scanning houses, right? So I missed that session. So I was thinking, okay, I missed it. And Ma Aparna was like, well, you already got the initiation before from Swamiji, so just tell me what house I'm visualizing. I was like, okay. So I just blurted out what I had, right? For about 2 minutes straight, whatever came to my mind, I just said everything. And then I was like, okay, I have no idea what I'm saying, so can you just tell me whether it's right or wrong, or whether what it is? And she told me everything you said was right. And I was like, wow. So, I mean, I had gone into a lot of details. I said what was on the first floor, I said what was on the second floor of the house, and I said the color of the house, what was inside the second floor of the house. And it was my first time doing it, and everything was right. So I guess what I'm here to share is that from the alchemy products, what I am experiencing with the Jnananjana, wearing the Jnananjana, I'm experiencing so much of completion where there's no mental ups and downs when I'm doing the third eye reading. When throughout the day, I'm experiencing so much completion that literally I feel like Sadashiva. So what I like to say is, come to Sadashivoham 2016 to experience the space of Sadashiva. Thank you.